Hi everyone. I am fresh off the plane, out of the car. Stop.
Fresh off the boat.
I'm tired, guys. Literally, I'm tired. It's been a long week. So this is I'm gonna do the H1GHER Showcase review. I didn't do it actually because really had to get off the plane. I had to hit the road and drive back here to get my kids and get back life. So H1GHER Music Showcase. It was everything. It was everything you probably ever imagined. They had Cha-Cha and Jay opened it up, you know, cracking jokes with the crowd, getting them ready, hyped, and talking about, you know, what's important, why is it important to them, and, you know, what it means, you know, for them having this showcase at that capacity and how, you know, important, because it was a big crowd. It was a big crowd. Like, people were lined up like 9 o'clock that morning. So the first person they did was PH1. PH1 is everything. We've seen him in Korea, and it was really good to see him again in America. He was saying that this was like his very first time in Austin performing, in Texas period performance. So he was really excited about that. He did Donut, he did Perfect, he did Christ. And I was really happy about that one because that's a really meaningful song, and it's actually one of my favorite songs on his album. Crowd was what was lit up for him. Like, they were super excited to him, and of course when he brought Jay out to, you know, do Donut, crowd lost their mind. PH1 was everything. Next up was Reddy. Talk about him personally. So we had the opportunity to meet a lot of H1GHER previous before they even showcased. Like, they was running around. We ran into them, got to meet them, got to talk to them, and he is one of the sweetest, humblest person that people have ever met. Like, he is, I want to say, grateful, really grateful, and even like surprised that when I went up to ask him for a picture, he was like, "Oh, me?" I was like, "Well, yeah, of course." He's like, "I know who you guys are." He was like, "Oh, I didn't really, you know that I had a name out there like that." I was like, "Yeah, you're very talented. We've seen your videos. We've heard you sing, and we're really looking forward to seeing you at the showcase." He was just so, thank you. So we got some time to really talk to him, and he was telling me the story of how he was in the Air Force and how, you know, he didn't want to do that anymore. It wasn't like what he was wanting to do, and that getting into singing and being creative and like artsy was his passion. So it was really interesting hearing his story and him talking to us about it. So, but then hearing him sing live was amazing. It was great. He did a cover for Ray Schmurder's Crowd Pleaser, and I was like, I kind of like this version better because high notes, handsome man singing is just great. So Reddy is somebody that you guys really need to meet and really get to know, because he has a they all have an incredible story. Like, behind all of them have their own story as into why they're in this and what it means to them and how they all got together and how did H1GHER really become H1GHER. And it's really interesting because they are all drastically different, but yet all really the same at the same time. If I did that correctly. You understand me. So yeah, that was Reddy. After that was Avatar Darko. that I was going to enjoy him because, you know, looking at his videos, his All the Way, is it All the Way Up? The one he did with Jay, that video itself was just him lit 24/7. And as soon as he came out on stage, it was just hype. He was lit the entire time. Like, had the crowd going in. He did a lot of the songs that I wasn't quite familiar with, but I was enjoying it because it had everybody turned up, like from beginning to end. Now we have Ted Park. Honest with this one, you know, coming into Ted Park, I wasn't really a big fan of his music because it just personally, it just wasn't, his music just wasn't for me. I just couldn't, you know, vibe with his music. But seeing him live and the crowd apparently loved him because he did all of his songs and all of the crowd was just literally jumping with it. He came out, crowd was screaming, and I'm like, well, you know, let's see what Ted Park is really about. And, you know, for the most part, he did a really, really great job. And of course, you know that he's officially signed with H1GHER Music. They kind of made it an exclusive and told the world at that showcase.
Welcome, Ted Park, to H1GHER Music, baby. Ted Park is officially now part of H1GHER Music.
And then they did the song, him and Jay did their new song together. It hasn't been released yet, so we got like another exclusive and got to hear the song. And you know, it's actually really did kind of like that song.
If we blessed, won't be scared. Shit, I play too much. Kiss my lips, don't say too much. It's up in the air.
It was a nice little, both of them singing, vibing on each other. It's not a slow song. It's like a real chill song. I think you guys will like it. After that was Rasamone. Got to meet Rasamone as well. Got to talk to him as well. Again, another person who you really just need to talk to. You really just need to listen to him because he is very, very intelligent. I don't know how to describe it. Like, he will spit knowledge at you, and it's like, and he'll make it to where you understand it. Really, like, you know how some people will, like, you know, I'm doing all this and that, but like trying to have a hard time following them, what they're saying. But him, he was like, you speaking to you like we understand each other. His was, I would say Rasamone was the passion performance. Like, he got in the middle of the crowd. He even split up the, like, yeah, but he split everybody down the line so he can jump in the crowd and perform in the crowd. Like, I think he was only on the stage for maybe like 2 songs. Next we had Jarv Dee. Jarv Dee is another, he's kind of like a woke rapper, if we want to say that. Like, a lot of his stuff he's talking about is, a lot of his music reminds me of old school music. The old stuff where you're talking about issues that really matter, and you're talking about, you know, living as a black person. You're like, a lot of the politics that's going around, like, it's in his music. So it was interesting. It seemed like I had another chance to talk to him as well, and you know, once you talk to them and you hear their stories and their backgrounds, you understand a lot more of what they're really trying to say in their music. So it was really, really good. Again, another one who had the crowd like jumping the entire time. So yeah, then it goes into our experience period at the concert. Because at one point it just, once like the major like higher artists performed, it kind of just went left real quick and it kind of turned into a party. Me, Ashley, and our friend Kay got to somehow, I don't really remember how, but we somehow got into the artist area. So we went to we actually looking for a place to sit down. So we kind of just went in the back and was like, let's go sit right over there. So we thought that they were like the artists were like had a backstage area. So we thought it was just them chilling over here. We didn't know that this was like their special area, like their artist area. So we're sitting down. My feet were hurt because the boots that I had on, I knew I was gonna regret, but they were really, really cute and they went really, really good with my outfit. But I regretted it, so I had to sit down. Like 5 minutes later, Jay comes through. And he just walks in. We're like, oh, all right, Jay. So we say hi to Jay. We're talking to him. He's buying his drinks. We go get our drinks, some more drinks as well. And then Cha-Cha comes in. So we're talking to Cha-Cha, and then all of a sudden you have Jarv coming in, Raz coming in, you have PH1 coming in. At this time, JUNOFLO was there, like all the Feel Good was there. So, like, long story short, we kind of just like chilling there. We're having conversations here. We're talking to Jay. We're talking to Ted. We're talking to literally everyone. Marshall came through there. I guess N1 came as well. Cha-Cha goes and gets shots in. Well, here you go. Here's some shots. We're like, nah, Cha-Cha, we don't want no shot. No, you hear shots. So we're like, well, fine, we're taking shots. So we're really sitting there having a full-blown conversation with Jay, and he's super sweet, he's super funny, we're goofing and joking around, and he's taking pictures with us, and we're like low-key all talking shit to each other. Like, it really felt like we were kind of like a part of that the higher family. Like, everybody's talking to us like they know us. We talked to PH1. He says that he has an album coming out. He made an announcement that he's got an album coming out soon, and that it'll be with Thursday. It's going to be one producer the entire time, and it's going to be Thursday for that. Talked to Marshall. He said he's got something dropping real soon. Talked to Juno. He said he's got more stuff coming on. He wants to do more in the States now. And it was interesting because we were talking to Raz. For some reason, every time we got to talk to Raz, we're having heart-to-heart conversation. Like, he's telling me his struggles, I'm telling him my struggles. Like, for some reason we were literally bonding or just about life, and we had a lot in common. So it was really, really cool with them. And then of course we had a turn-up session. If you guys see the pictures, all of us looked sweaty, all of us looked drunk, all of us really looked like we were having a good time, and I really enjoyed it. So we got to experience something that I will never forget, that we will never forget. We're going to try to make it, our goal is to make it to the H1GHER tour. You know how our life gets. But if we do, we're really, really pushing to go to the Seattle tour, just because we want to experience this tour in their home. Like, we know what's going to be lit because this is where everybody's from. But yeah, we got more videos coming. Well, I have more videos coming of the actual other showcases we went to, and just our our South by Southwest experience period, because it was the experience of South by Southwest is something I think that music lovers, or if you're trying to network, is like one of the best things to go to. It is perfect for network. But yeah, if you like this video, share this video, subscribe. If you guys anybody who's watching happen to have been there as well and experienced the H1GHER Music Showcase, let us know what you guys went through and what you guys got to experience, and what was some of the highlights of the showcase for you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. IDOLNONAS. Nope. See, it's been a long time since I've done it. IDOLNOONAS. It's been a long time since we've done this. Shut up, don't judge me. I'm still.